avenues that the black man can do when he's upset with his woman. So you can't just take that point.
Identify yourself and tell me if you believe it's an option that's viable.
Elsie Washington, senior writer at Essence Magazine. No one has the option to hit me in the mouth or anything else. May I say...
I'm not suggesting that someone has an option to hit you in the mouth, but
not even a right, not even anything. No one at all.
It was one of 6 points that the black man could take in his address. Now, that doesn't mean that he has to take it, but
I'd like to say...
The doc decided a point that there is this progression of black women...
Black men, my brothers, do not buy this book and think that you're going to use this as a blueprint for healing our nation. Talk to us. Don't read this book.
Black men are not doing that. I think most of the problem is that most of the sisters has not read the book.
Yeah, I think many have.
Yes.
I think many have.
My name is Rande, and I like to say thank you for writing the book. And with my encounters, experiences with women, I have not found most of what you have depicted, but I don't pre-conclude that it does not exist. And what I would like to say to you is that we are all victims of white supremacy in some shape, form, or fashion. And somehow, as we move toward the 21st century, dealing with conspiracies of AIDS and all the types of devices that are out there, we have to have a forum where we come together and talk out our differences. And we're not going to be able to solve this in this 1 hour.
I believe that Shahrazad Ali specifically, if not exculpate, says enough of blaming whites. Let's deal with the problem ourselves. And I think in that sense... Wait, stand up and tell me, and identify yourself and tell me why you agree.
Excuse me. My name's Calvin Gooding. I listen all the time about people talking about white folks have done this to us. This is what we do continually when we talk about what white folks have done to us. We empower them to continue to control our situation. What we have to cease doing is empowering them and saying, we will have self-determination. That is, in any forum. And let me say this, I don't agree with everything you have to say, but if your intention was to create a forum where we could talk about our differences, I salute you. Okay?
All right. Hold it.
Yes, my name is Gloria Doolin-Wilson, and I'm the statewide coordinator for the New York State African American Political Action Committee. I would like to say, first of all, black men and black women have to be complementary to each other. There cannot be this kind of antagonism that you've engendered as a result of your book. I have to compliment your publicist for getting this out here. Because it's the biggest, no, publicist.
I'm my publicist.
Well, then congratulations, my dear, because you have perpetrated a wonderful hoax, but you have gotten us to talk. Educate your mind and deal with black familyhood, can get the book by Hakeem Madhubuti. Black men actually single and dangerous, and read it and apply it. This woman has no solution. She has no solution, but she has antagonism, and that's why we're here.
Go.
Yeah. Hello, my name is Osei. I think one of the problems that's not being dealt with is a lot of personal venting, all right? That when we understand relationships grow out of families. The structure of the black family has changed, all right? One of the positive things about the book, if there are any positive things, is that the book opened up a forum. Because you have to understand, too, how can someone write a book, self-published, is not promoted by any or major publishing company in New York, right? And made such a social impact that the educated class has not been able to do.
Abiola, tell us how she has managed to do it. How has she managed to make this a platinum bestseller on her own?
Well, it's when she attacks the least able to defend themselves, that is the black woman. When she attacks the bottom rung of the bottom rung of society and labels them as the scourge of humanity, of course that's going to cause a controversy. And any controversy is food for the media. As a media critic, I'm very much aware that anything that creates a stir, a flurry, a controversy is food for the media.
But Playfell, there are other controversies out there created.
It can be explained simply by the same explanation as to why soap operas are more popular than Shakespeare. Now, let me just say one other thing about books, okay? And what the explanation for that is that it doesn't require much intellectual engagement to watch a soap opera. But to watch Shakespeare, you've got to bring something to it. You've got to be reasonably literate. Now,
this is a soap opera.
About books, let me just say this. She made the comment earlier that this is the first book that's dealt with the experience of black women in America. That comment, hold on a minute, that comment in and of itself shows an astonishing ignorance of the literature on black studies in this country. For instance, if you all want to read a real book that will teach you something about the heroism, the greatness, the true role of black women, read Paula Giddings' book, Where and When I Enter. Read Margaret Walker, read Dr. Margaret Walker, who for 30 years, listen, read, if you want to see,
You should also remember that we have never had a book that all of the people agree with, the Bible, the Torah, the Quran. You take what you can use and you reject the rest. But this book talks about our collective contribution. Do not forget that. This is not all of us, but this is all of us sometime on some level.
Okay.
There's
Sir,
no point in going into denial.
Stand, please identify yourself.
My name is Jesse Peterson, and I am the founder and director of Bond. First, I want to say to your producer, if you're afraid of the black men reading this book, it's because you're afraid of losing your position.
Give her a chance to respond.
I know what happened.
Give her a chance to respond, please.
I don't agree with you at
See,
all.
what it is, the black woman is in the wrong position. The black man has to come back to the head of the family. Because,
We're not taking anything away from you.
what we're doing is, at Bond, we're understanding that because of that wrong position, the black woman is not able to handle that position. And that's why she's out of order. That's why she's so crazy.
Yes. My name is Queen Esther, and I'm from the Hill Light South in Brooklyn, about healing the nation. Right now, we're in an emergency. We don't have time to fight with our family. We have to build a nation, love each other, and start building. We don't have time for hitting our family. We have to come to one unity right now. All we have time to do is love and build in the truth. We're in an emergency.
Let me run over here. Sorry.
First of all, the black woman must realize that as the black nation, we were the first people on the planet and the first people to establish family life and our roles in the family structure. What we live today is totally alien to what we originally established as our roles.
Is your point that the man has to be on top, the woman on bottom?
Well, I heard women say that they can raise a family alone. If you can raise a family, if a woman can raise a family alone, then she has had the opportunity and has the opportunity today to correct the problem of the man and her male children. But she has been unsuccessful and will continue to be unsuccessful until she gets the problem in her mind.
Stand, please. Over here. Identify yourself. Hurry.
My name is Dr. LaFrancis Rogers Rose, and I teach African American Studies, and I've been teaching a course on the black family for the last 15 years. And I would like the author to know that I have a book on strategies for resolving conflict in black male-female relationships that's been out since 1985. One of the things that I think is a problem is that we have to be analytical about what we do, and we have to be value-free about what we do. One of the problems with the book, with your book, is that there's a lot of sweeping generalizations, a lot of stereotypes. And stereotypes are half-truths. And half-truths is what has put us in the position that we're in now about our relationships.
Hold it right now. Go to Shahrazad.
Just one slight
I have to get a response. Shahrazad, is it not true that your book does indeed contain what the previous speaker characterized as sweeping stereotypes?
No, I don't think so. Absolutely. See, we're talking about a condition. We are talking about a condition of our people where we have been programmed with the wrong ideas, so all of us are doing many of the same things. And we're talking about a situation where our man has been judged on the wrong standards.
Okay. Go.
You're asking the wrong people about this.
That's
the
right.
people to ask are not employed. They're in the armory. You need to ask the masses of black men who are unemployed in Bedford Avenue Armory and 125th.
Your point being?
Our point being that the black man, pardon me? The black man is in the armory. He is unemployed. You are an exception to the rule about this book. He is the criteria of judgment, not you.
Stand up, please. Excuse me.
Our men. My name is Ianla Van Zandt, and I am a Yoruba priestess and a cultural custodian. This is not our culture. This book is anti-cultural, anti-African, and anti-historical. Wait a minute. Because our ancestors have said that our key to our growth is love. This book contains no love. It doesn't encourage love. It doesn't support love. And it dismisses the most loving force on this earth, the African woman.
Take a break. We'll be right back.